This specific trip was a 6 mile in, 6 mile out, 6k total elevation shift, both ways trip to a lake. That sounds so shit to me.
I was about to say, I'm really glad that we do this together and not like on a hiking trip that's 12 miles in total and 6k in elevation.
Not for me. We did it in October, so we were preparing for extreme colds, potentially below freezing at night. There were only 3 of us, and we were all geared up for this. I was probably the least geared out of the trio, and I knew I'd be perfectly comfortable. So we begin the trek in, took us until the end of the day, and we got to the lake no problem. Set up camp and just enjoyed ourselves to the sounds of nature, some MREs, which I don't know what that is, and a couple of pints of whiskey. A couple of pints of whiskey, wow. At the end of the night, we all settled into our sleeping quarters. Myself in a small tent, my friend in a hammock right next to me around the fire pit, and our other friend some distance away from us in a tent. Now, it's important to note that my friend in the hammock was camped right next to me, maybe 10 foot away, while our other friend was probably 100 foot away or so. How could you be just out in the open in a hammock?
I don't know. That is so exposing.
Yeah. I had trouble sleeping, was restless, and even though I was warm, I kept getting shivers frequently and tossing and turning in my sleeping bag, which I just attributed to the cold. I didn't think anything of this at the time, and eventually I began to drift to sleep. The forest around was quiet, with the occasional sound of insects buzzing or bird taking flight from a tree. That's when I was awoken by the sound of my friend's voice, clear as day. I was groggy and a little confused as to why he was waking me up, but I clearly heard him say, "Steve, help me, help me." I immediately froze, as he sounded really desperate, and said, "Steve, help me," again. Then, before I got a chance to speak, I heard the voice again. "Steve, help, I have to pee." And then he laughed in a way that sincerely only my friend does. It was a giggle that I'd known him to have since we met many years ago, and I responded, "Fuck off, I'm trying to sleep." And I thought that he was just trying to be funny.